Well, MJ, we're back again. The first take we did in HD, it went on for 20 minutes, and that would never have rendered on my computer.
It was mainly stuff that we had to get off our chests. It was me getting pretty pissed about a lot of stuff.
Well, maybe one day we'll show it to the world, but no, I'm not ready yet.
Well, once the internet's a lot better and more...
Let's just get into two topics. Instead of getting into going off track.
So we got into all these topics. It's nothing that you're really going to miss that much.
It was sort of like an alcoholic rant, even though I didn't drink anything.
I know. I just took another swig, and I'm feeling a lot better now, so...
Well, let's not talk as loud this time.
Okay.
Because we don't want to disturb anybody.
Alright,
Let's just discuss...
Yeah, because we're visiting
the two topics we're going to discuss.
We're visiting your mom, and, your brother, yeah. So, the two topics we're going to discuss...
Well, they're visiting me. The two topics we're going to discuss are iPod Touch and our favorite movies.
Yes, this time we're going to stick... Before we talked about the touch, but this time we didn't actually get to talk. We didn't talk about it last time. So let's discuss
well, today I actually pre-ordered this before I even knew how much of a pain in the ass it is.
That's what I think of it.
It's a fart.
Sorry.
Well, we went in there today in the Apple Store, and I don't know if it. And you might have an Apple Store near you, but I don't know how many places there are one. But you should try it out, and you know what I'm talking about.
It sucks.
Well, let's just say what happened. Like. How difficult it was to make it work.
Well,
are you drunk?
No.
You drink tequila. Tequila is the strongest of all the alcohols, and it can give you like weird experiences.
No, I had tequila, and then I just had a thing of coconut Parrot Bay. I feel great, actually. No, I wish I had some when I checked out this stupid thing. It was like this.
It's like imagine the iPhone if you took it and I sat on it for a month, and like here's the iPhone like this thick, then it went down to. And the problem with the iPod Touch is it keeps smearing up. And, we both did it, and by the time we were done with it, it looked like a smeary mess.
I know, that's one thing. Secondly, the keys, I have really thin, fingers. I can, precisely hit stuff. Even I had troubles hitting, so imagine, people who aren't well coordinated who try to type in on, the keypad, the letters and stuff when they want to type in an address or something. They're going to have a lot of trouble. They're going to have to keep pressing delete and going back.
It pushes P by accident.
P by accident. Or, if you want to type M, you press N by mistake because it's right next to it. It's not spaced out well at all. I had trouble doing it. Lots of people are going to have a lot of problems with it.
We have to carry a pen in our pocket.
Yeah, that's what they should do. It'll solve two problems. The manufacturer should have thought to attach a pen to it. For one thing, you wouldn't mess up the screen, and for another, you could actually precisely hit the buttons. I'm sure some moron at the manufacturer's like, well, it'd be more high-tech if you could use your fingers. It's like, no, you idiot. Use a little touch pen.
And the thing is, too, if somebody was sort of dumb and they were touching it, they might touch too hard and go... and break through the screen.
I know. What else? Also, we can't. Where the hell's the volume? I couldn't find the volume one there anywhere.
And then when you come in there too, they always look at you in there. For some reason, I guess since I look younger or something, they look like I've got no money, and they avoid us like the plague. We go in there to look at it. One time I was in there, and I needed to check something on YouTube, on MySpace or something, a mail because I was expecting something, and I wanted to check. And then the guy came over and said, "Son, students or school students or something are not allowed to be doing this during the weekdays at this time." And I thought to myself, what?
For years, people have done that to you.
If somebody who was in their late 20s or looked like they were 30 or something was doing that, they just walked by and wouldn't say anything. But since I had to look like some kind of a little 16-year-old, that's what they do. They give me that kind of shit. The guy looked at us 10 times. He was just sort of didn't.
He was like, "Where are your parents?"
And I even tried to ask him. I said, "Do you need to buy a charging thing for it?" And he just ignored us.
I didn't. I
went over to him and it's hello, and he just kept on talking to somebody else.
Jerk.
Don't you hate when people do that?
Yeah, people have been doing that to us for years. Thinking at least to you, they've been doing it.
I went to the fair thing a couple days ago and did that age guess, and they said 16 again.
Yeah, with me, it's always random stuff. With me, I look like a different age to all these sorts of people. Who knows?
The thing about the iPod Touch is it's nice that it has YouTube on it.
I mean, that's nice. And even some of the videos, even some of them, I know, the newest one we did, Lust for Blood, that gore horror film we did, the opening, I know it wasn't filmed in HD, but I know it was still really sharp. On the screen, you know how things are pixelated? If you look really closely, it's all these tiny little squares together with certain colors to fill up to make shapes.
Because it's wide-screening it. And see, with this video, it would work perfect, because we're filming this in widescreen.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Lust for Blood, I wanted to fill the whole screen, and a video, nothing in the 80s that was shot on video was filmed in widescreen. They didn't have widescreen video cameras in the 80s.
No. What does that have to do with anything?
We wanted it to look like an 80s video.
You said you wanted it to take place in 93.
Well, I originally wanted it to be 80s, but it was a little too difficult. But see, the thing is, there's very few places you can go and make it look like it's old anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Oh,
like
there's no way you can fake that.
like I like the only like how Shane Jensen's videos. He goes out to like woods and like secret paths and stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of those like old '80s cameras, like
He makes
none of them
them
work.
though.
None of them work anymore.
Like you don't know what year it is with his videos, and that's what I like.
Like we had one. Like I think we still have one we only use as a prop. It doesn't even work anymore.
We used it years and years ago.
Like years ago. I mean, like wait, actually, it was your dad's, right?
We had tapes of it, but I don't know what happened to anything.
I don't know. Well, we're not good. We won't show them. But like, those tapes are mainly.
I don't like watching old stuff because like
we were kids.
Like
we were kids. Just trust us. We were kids. We weren't dorky. They weren't that good, so we're not going to show them. So
I don't think we were ever dorky.
No, it's not that. No, we're not embarrassed. We just don't want to show them because it's a waste of space. Really, that's why. But yeah, it doesn't even. We just use it like in this new one, the Vampire's Lust. We use that camera. We use it as a prop, like in the video. If someone's making a video in the video, we use the camera as a prop now. I wish it still worked.
But I think the iPod thing, maybe if you try it out for a while, and like you get to like used to it, maybe it'll be fine. But it's like it was kind of disappointing that it has to be such a difficult thing to deal with.
I know it's. I never wanted to buy it anyway. It's funny. I didn't even want it. Like, and I was still really pissed off and disappointed when I found out that like it's basically crap, really. I mean, the only good thing about it is the only really good unique thing about it is that you can like order songs off of it, and it's not that it has internet on it.
Use iTunes.
I know because PSPs have internet, and that's much better to look on internet and stuff. And it already has iTunes, but you can. I mean, it has. It has YouTube, but you can still go to YouTube.com on a PSP. The only good thing about it is you can buy.
No, the thing about PSP is you can't watch the stuff very well.
Oh, but still, I think PSPs are probably better than this piece of crap. I think this thing is going to go like a fart in the wind. And right now, everyone's going to be talking about it, but I'm sure I can guarantee you a lot of people out there, a lot of you out there, when you find it, you're going to see what we mean. You're not going to like it. You're going to try to adapt to it, but it's going to cause too many problems, and you're just going to get rid of it, and it's going to pass.
Does the iPod phone come with a stick? So you can touch the buttons?
I mean, that would make it better.
I was thinking, if you want to try and hit the buttons and you don't want to carry a stick, you have to grow your nails really long and then cut them to a point and then go...
Like make them real sharp and then go and just use them.
And then you have to be careful.
Unless it has to be like skin sensitive, unless, you have to like touch it with your skin, otherwise you're SOL.
Yeah, but I have... Next, they're probably going to come out with iPod with security settings where it scans your thumbprint.
Oh, no, God.
And only you can use it. Because, they keep on advancing everything.
I know. Some advancements are good. Some of them, like the iPod Touch. Is that what it's called?
The next thing I bet they're going to add will be a video camera in it.
Probably.
And you know what you can do? You can upload the videos. The videos are automatically uploaded to the phone in a file that can be uploaded to the internet from the iPhone itself.
These kids today,
directly to YouTube without any problems.
And I saw a little kid in there. Remember when we were in there, this little girl was there saying, her dad's like, is this the one you want? You kids are so privileged today.
Like, we used to have to go around, and Shane Jensen was saying it too, with like cassette tapes and all kinds of...
Yeah, remember back when we started, I don't even remember how old we would have been, but when we were starting off, like, we had to edit with VCRs. There was no digital editing, no cameras, no iMovie. The Macs weren't even popular. Like, they didn't even have those kind of Macs back then.
So loud.
I'm sorry.
And like,
we didn't even have those.
Like, remember how the first time we wanted to add music, we first figured out how to do it. It was like
that was adapter cord. You had to hook it up to a CD player or a cassette player.
Let me see if I might have it.
Yeah, you might still have it. It's a cord. It's this cord that you hook up to the VCR, and besides, we had to do linear editing. If you're wondering, linear or non-linear, linear means filming the whole video in sequential order. Non-linear is like, we do non-linear for Don and Murph. We film like the last scene of the video first, you know what I mean? Like, you can do it in any order you want, and cut it together later.
All the music, and like all...
Oh, that thing too. That's also
like you used to have to hook this to the... In order to get sound, you had to hook the cord from the camera into the...
Yeah, I didn't even have this one. You did that.
Then you had to put the CD or cassette thing in here. Then you had to output this into the VCR's audio. So it was like when you were doing it, you had to play the tape live, the edited version, then you had to go move it up and down. That's why half the videos are so loud, because it was like...
It's hard to understand. Like, I just used it... With me, what I did, here's what it is. You hooked up the old camcorder.
It actually still works.
That's funny. Yeah, with me, I hooked the camcorder to the VCR. I put it in a blank VHS tape, because it had those little V8 tapes. And you hook it up, and you press record on the tape, press play on the camera, let it play out, and edit the music, and you have to switch the music each time, and you have to make it work sequentially. And if you wanted it to be a certain point of the song, you had to get it to that part, have it ready. It was really not easy. It was, so a lot of you kids today are privileged how you can easily upload it to the internet, like, easy. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember the first time. I remember we wanted to go do stuff on the internet. I was like, we had the iMovie.
when we actually knew we could put videos on the internet that people could see.
This is like the older version of iMovie, and it was like import to QuickTime. We used to import them to Zippy Videos.
Oh my God! What do you think happened to? Where do you think they are now?
That site still exists, and now it's become Flash. Remember, it used to be like.
Oh, that's Flash.
Zippy Videos is now Flash.
Oh, wow, I was just saying, because Flash is good.
Like, on Zippy Videos, there's a lot of our old stuff, like hundreds of old stuff we did. You can't even search for them right because they weren't titled properly. But that's what we used to use. What are you looking for?
Nothing. You have like 2 iPod minis here.
No, those are the. Let me see.
You have like 2.
These are the old.
You have like 2 of them here.
Shuffles.
You guys said, the shuffles. I didn't like them. I liked actually seeing what I was listening to.
They're kind of shitty.
Yeah, I have this one's mine. This is the Nano. This is just the regular Nano.
And I have upstairs the 60 gigabyte.
Yeah, and then you also have the iPod video
no,
iPod.
iPod. That is the one.
Okay, and your brother has. Yeah, you guys. You have all these iPods in the house.
Because I used to think, I just want to deal with CDs. I used to think I didn't want to update to it, but the thing is, like, it really is a pain in the ass to worry about CDs. And
yeah, the best thing is it's portable. Plus, CDs when you press start, it says 45 seconds to load the disc to properly. It says converting, or not converting. It's you know what I mean? Like it's like loading the track with an iPod. Press play within not even a second. Boom, it's playing. You pause it. You know what I mean? It doesn't fuck with you. CDs will fuck with you. iPods don't.
And if they freeze though.
If they iPod. Well, sometimes, rarely.
The only thing though with VH cassette tapes though, when you used to get them, they used to sort of go like, "When we run," like when they were going low on battery. The old original ones, when you had the cassette player,
oh yeah,
they would like run low by the end.
Oh my God,
it would be
I hated that. It actually affected the way the song sounded.
I used to be on the bus when I was a kid, going, hitting the batteries together, going.
Yeah, with me, I always my CD with my old CD player. I used to take them out and like switch them and stuff. With the iPod, like one of the 3 things I hate about the iPod: 1, the battery that does not last long enough.
No.
2, when I try to turn it off, sometimes it won't turn off. I either have to wait for the battery to die and recharge it, and sometimes it takes a while longer. Like after a few times, it's working fine now, but maybe it's just mine. I don't know. A few people said they had that problem. The third thing is it's hard to reload stuff into it. It's like run out of space. You have to redo this, or you have to do something. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go through this again.
They made one iPod with like somehow it had like unlimited space. It was like it just kept on being able to put stuff on it. Yeah, there was no limits.
I feel like they can do it. They just like fucking with people to like rob them of their money to get by more stuff. I really think that if people try hard enough, the Mac company or whoever, they can make an iPod that not only has unlimited space, not just for video, for songs, but for videos. It also has a longer lasting battery. I really think.
The thing about them is, it's a scam. After about a year, the battery inside starts going bad because it's the batteries inside of all the iPods that charge. It's like a rechargeable battery. The thing is, the battery starts getting old and old and old, and then they want you to pay $100 to have them open it up and replace the battery. It's ridiculous.
Jerk-offs.
And then it's like it'd be easier and less money to buy another iPod. But the thing about that is, then you like all the songs that are on there, you like lose them and you lose the way they were put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the best battery system is one, not even like the ones like the flashlights. Like I have one like where you wind it, or like one where you shake it and then like it has like rechargeable cells inside of the recharge. No batteries. You can like redo it yourself.
The shaking motion's a familiar one.
I knew that was coming. So what I'm talking about is the best way for something to recharge its own battery is if it's turned off. You turn it off, and I'm sure they probably have stuff like that, and they should make them that way.
They used to make houses like that, but that didn't work out. Like at night and stuff, they charge through the day, and then at night they'd become energy or something.
What do you mean?
Solar power houses.
I'm not talking about solar power. I'm talking about an energy that's inside of it. It's a built-in battery system.
You're harassing Ed Begley Jr. Ed Begley Jr.'s house is all solar power.
But I'm not talking about solar power. Look, he can do whatever he wants with his solar. He can go jerk off in his own solar power house for all I care. I'm not talking about a solar power. I'm talking about own rechargeable.
Calm down, you're too loud.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about rechargeable energy where it's built in. Where all you have to do once you plug in the battery state, you turn it off. No solar power. You don't shake it up. You don't wind it. You don't do anything.
What Ed Begley Jr. does.
You don't do anything. You just leave it alone. It sits there by itself, and the thing it has internal structure that charges its own battery. That's all it does, and I'm sure they can do it.
I remember in science class, there was a video they played with Ed Begley Jr. showing his house, and he's like, "My whole house is solar powered." And then it had all these solar power things in the front. He had a solar powered watering system. He floated his own pee.
Solar power sucks. That's the truth.
Well, he thought it was a good thing.
Well, I'm sure it was interesting, but it's really not that reliable.
He was in the movie Meet the Applegates. Don't harass Ed Begley Jr.
I'm not going to harass. I'm just saying, like, I have little solar powered lights,
and he has to have that on his conscience that he was in that movie.
I'm not harassing him for that. I'm just saying, I have like little at my house. I have little solar powered lights in my garden. And the thing is, like, I still have them there because
I think solar power, truthfully, is a piece of shit energy.
It is. It's like it's not reliable. Like, you know, nighttime. There's the clouds. It's not reliable.
Like on those shows in Home and Garden, people are like, I run my house all in solar power, and it's like,
I thought ever since they came out for the idea with it, even back then when they came out for the idea, I thought it was kind of.
And just like people who have houses all made out of glass. You know, and the whole house.
That is the stupidest.
First of all,
that's stupider than solar power.
If any of you have that, I'd like to know why. And the main reason is, first of all, I don't like sun waking me up in the morning.
I know.
I don't like lots of light in my room.
I like it to be nice and dark and peaceful, and I also like having the blinds. I like it being like a small closed-in space when I wake up.
I don't want to wake up and see like Jose the gardener peeking in at me nude. Do you know what I mean? Because if you have a glass house like that, people could just come and peek at you anytime they want it. And some people have glass houses with no shade. So, like, we like to wake up to the sun. Like bohemians.
It's like, well, maybe, you know, like bohemian women, I guess.
What does bohemian mean?
I don't know, but...
I think I saw bohemians come in the store a couple days ago, and they had, like, things on their back and bags full of stuff and cans tied to their legs.
What does that mean, anyway?
Well, remember there's that beer called National Bohemian?
What are they?
Or Bohemian Rhapsody?
Do they own the... Well, that's a good song.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but the thing I would worry about is anybody, if it's made of glass, you know, I mean, real glass, anybody could eat. It's the easiest thing in the world for
These videos are like, it's funny. We're like in a weird state today, while going off topic and discussing. I don't know how long.
I don't even. This is probably another 20 minutes. God, like, are we ever going to put these up?
No, this one can be put up because it's in regular definition.
Okay, but yeah, but with glass, the thing about glass houses, it's easily for a crook to just break into it. All he needs is a rock. Even with his own fist, he just has to cover his fist with his shirt, and he can break right through the walls. You know, like I like.
And then it would shatter everywhere. And just think of all the pieces of glass that could get in your naked behind. What? No, you wouldn't want to.
I don't know.
I don't like pieces of like upstairs.
Basically, I don't like anything. I don't think I even own anything that's glass. I have a pair of glasses that I just use for a real prop. That's it. Basically, glass sucks.
In this entire basement, we have nothing that's like that. Everything is, and I have lots of shit on the walls.
In this whole house, do you own anything that's glass?
Not of mine. I mean the windows. But I cover them all over with stickers and stuff.
Even now, like, I think the best glass is like that real thick plastic, that real thick, clear plastic that you can't break. Like, remember in Stealing Harvard, that wall at that wheel place that Tom Green was trying to break? Like, that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing, like, if you want a clear house, that's the kind of wall you get. The thick plastic you can't break.
I wonder if there's somebody out there right now watching this going, first of all, why am I still watching this? Second of all, they're going, I have a glass house and I like it. It's erotic.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having. I'm just saying, like, it's just.
Here's an idea. People put glass upstairs, up above their bed. I guess that's erotic.
I'm having a glass. There's nothing wrong with having a glass roof, I guess.
The thing about that is.
I'm not trying to harass people about it.
A glass mirror. If you have that above your bed, though, the thing is, like, when you're worried that it might fall and go.
Well, I have like glass skylights in my house. I paid to have them built it to have them in there.
Skylights are starting to flop. I like them, but in the mall now they're just becoming one big glass shade. Remember how in the mall it used to be just ceiling, little skylight.
Ever since the idea for them first came out, for the skylights, I for years I've thought, shoot, should I get one? I don't know, but then I thought, what?
What about moon roofs?
Oh God, I don't know. I have skylights. Actually, funny. Only a few years ago, I finally actually got a skylight. So,
do you think anyone is even watching this?
At this point, only true dedicated fans are people with a lot of free time on their hands.
Well, I would probably watch it.
I'd watch stuff like this if it had a really cool person that I like.
Shane Jensen has long videos, and I like watching them.
Yeah, if it's someone like him, someone who's dedicated.
I like videos when people discuss every aspect of their life.
Well, we're not exactly discussing aspects of our actual lives. We're discussing opinions.
Well, opinions and stuff. I like opinions.
Do you think?
I
just
don't
thought
like
of
many
something.
teens' opinions, though. A lot of times...
Well, some they have negative or really awkward, really twisted
we
opinions.
haven't even talked about favorite videos. We'll have to do that some other time.
Yeah, with a lot of teenagers' opinion, they get the wrong idea of things. And now that come to think of it, are there many details about us that anyone out there even really knows? If you think of it, is there really anything that anybody knows about us at all?
No, we usually make stuff up.
Sometimes, like...
No, we change things around because we don't always want to reveal the real us.
Well, for the most... Well, it's mainly small details, like...
I just want to say this. You're wearing the Superman outfit today, and I just want to admit it. Your cheeks were really seen.
I was not wearing a Superman outfit.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I just felt like saying this because it's
Why did you feel like you had to tell everybody?
if you go to the Spirit Halloween, and if you see him in there, say to him...
Oh, great. Now I'm going to get... Oh, God. Now at least I'm going to know who saw this video.
No, then you know.
Well, at least everybody who's up in the Towson area who drives by on the corner, if you see a guy dressed as Spider-Man, yep, it's me. The first time I did it, no one had a clue.
What are you going to do if somebody else wears that free bald outfit, and then they go out there and they think it's you, and they go, "Oh, Murph," and then they're like...
No, I bet no one ever really thought that the guy dressed up as Spider-Man was Murph. I actually literally hung on a light pole holding a sign that said Spirit Halloween, and if someone... I don't know anybody else who wants to do that, though.
Don't you wish a teacher we had or something would go by, or at least come in that store and see us in there?
A teacher we had? By now, I don't think they'd be teaching anymore.
Well, I don't know, but somebody that, I haven't seen anybody we know except, people we see all the time come in.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for somebody that we really know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What would you do, though, if, they started having a costume there called, the Shoes Kelly costume?
I would personally burn all of them. I would get so pissed.
Or we could buy them and use them for Murph, because, it's the same exact outfit.
Yeah, because he ripped us off, probably. Maybe. Or whoever came up with the idea probably...
I don't know if he directs them or not.
Maybe I'm not saying him necessarily, but the person who came up with the idea for it.
Because they seem a little sophisticated. I'm sure, a big company's behind them.
Maybe, but... Why would they... Come on, think about it. The character's only been in a few videos. We've been in, hundreds of videos.
But do you think, he makes them himself, or do you think...
I don't even know, but...
there's a company that works with him?
Probably. I mean, seriously, who would make a Kelly outfit?
Well, I think the trend of that is dying a bit.
Yeah, see, that's a trend. We're not a trend. We're we'll always be around. We're still doing stuff. We never stop doing stuff. That shoes video was a trend. It was only one video that guy did. And he did that other one.
Every other video is sort of attempting to do the same thing again.
The other one is you want it? Just buy it. That's kind of like it, but it's basically the same thing again, just talking about something else. It's sort of the same thing if you think about it. See, with us, we do different stuff all the time. We try making things different. And we don't like repeating the same thing. We like actually having things progress and grow as the episode goes on. We don't like, repeating the same crap over and over again.
That refrigerator is always making that noise.
I think it's one of the sodas asking me to drink it. I'm gonna get some Jim Beam.
I've got itchy, watery eyes lately.
Yeah, the inside of my nose is really itching too.
I'm always doing this.
Now we're telling everybody, whoever's still watching right now, we're telling them about our personal itches.
Butthole itches and
itches,
Balzac itches.
I got itches in my pits. Sometimes I get itches at the bottoms of my feet. I used to when I was younger, but...
And if you itch here in your feet, it's sort of erotic.
Kind of. Actually, yeah, it's about as good as, When I used to scratch it in my bed at night, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like...
I don't do that as much, because sometimes after you do it, you're like... Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? That's why people worry about their feet so much.
Why?
Because they like eroticness of their feet.
What? That's why they like wearing sandals a lot?
I don't know. Some people have really stinky feet.
Why do people like... That's another thing I don't get. People insist that they always love wearing sandals. I'm not a sandal guy. I don't like wearing sandals.
Why do we care?
I don't...
No, I'm just thinking, why does anyone give a shit if you do or you don't like sandals?
Why does anyone give a shit if your eyes itch?
I don't know. I don't know why we're even discussing any of this.
I don't even know why this video's still going. Do you think we're done now?
But we didn't even discuss the topics.
We discussed that stupid, worthless piece of crap, fart in the wind iPod Touch. Or Tap, or whatever it's called,
Well, let's just end the video now with a high five.
Middle of